Hampshire enforced the follow-on for the second time in 2 matches this summer, but found Worcestershire a more difficult nut to crack second time around on the penultimate day of their LV County Championship match at the Ageas Bowl. Worcestershire were already in big trouble at the start of day 3. They resumed on 159 for 5 in reply to Hampshire's massive 500 for 9 declared, and that left them 341 runs behind and still needing another 192 just to avoid being asked to follow on. Neil Pinner and Michael Johnson added 24 runs in the opening 6 overs, but then Pinner on 29 received the perfect left-arm seamer's delivery and was LBW at 183 for 6. Johnson was also soon out, losing his off-stump to Sean Irvine. And Gareth Andrew went back instead of forward and was struck in the crease by Danny Briggs to go for 5. Richard Jones and Chris Russell were able to post a 200 for a batting bonus point. But having done that, Jones slogged Briggs out to David Balcombe. And the innings was over after 80 minutes of the morning when Alan Richardson swung at Irvine and was caught at third man by Gary Bailey. With the wickets shared between the 5 Hampshire bowlers, Worcestershire had been dismissed for 206 to trail by 294, and the follow-on was enforced by Jimmy Adams, who then watched in dismay as Darryl Mitchell was dropped behind by Adam Wheater when he'd scored only a single. Wheater may have had that on his mind during the lunch interval, but he soon made amends by holding on to the edge offered by Matt Pardo off the bowling of Chris Wood. In the first hour of their second innings, the Worcestershire batsmen had hardly hit a shot in anger, but the introduction of Moeen Ali changed that for a little while, as he struck 3 boundaries and a sprightly knock of 16 made in 23 balls, which carried the total onto 46. Ali would have been hopeful of another big innings, but he then went LBW to James Tomlinson to a ball which nipped back off the surface. So it was left to Mitchell and Tilan Samarawira to try to claw their side out of a big heap of trouble. Mitchell is a man made for such a job, a player with the ability to bat for a very long time, and that's exactly what his side needed from him right now. He and his Sri Lankan partner saw out the rest of the afternoon session and batted with some confidence as the evening session got underway. And the reliable Mitchell completed his second 50 of the summer with this single. It had taken him 153 balls to get there in an innings containing 5 fours. To give themselves a real chance of avoiding a second successive defeat, the visitors really needed these two to bat out the day, but instead, Samarawira was bowled by Briggs with a beauty for 27, and after that, the struggling Alexei Kavesi got away with a risky leave against the excellent Briggs. Adams' decision to give the ball to part-timer James Vince worked a treat, as he got one to nip back to take out the batsman's middle stump for just the 7th wicket of his career. Pinner was soon out for a second time in the day, and it was a case of hanging on for the rest of it for Worcestershire, and Mitchell did anything he could in order to do that. He was still there at the close, having batted for 4.5 hours for his 71, and with Johnson back at the crease for the second time in the day, Worcestershire closed on 153 for 5. That still leaves them needing 141 runs to avoid another defeat.